So last year I put in a new fence and left the top part to be trellis for additional privacy and decoration. So this is a quick video of how I made my own Craftsman style trellis. First of all, I made a bar that's about 43 inches long to mark my center point, and I worked out from the center point for all of these pieces. I have three narrower pieces here, trellis pieces, and then I also have three thicker pieces. So the whole design is just alternating thick for thin. They're exactly a 2x4 space between the different types of trellis, and then one of the thinner pieces width between the same types of trellis pieces. So here's a sped up version of how I did it, and then I also have a time lapse that will kind of show you the construction of the rest of them. I had to have 11 pieces in total of trellis, and all of the individual trellis styles, I suppose, were pre-cut on the chop saw. So I just set up a stop block and cut them all at one time. I wish it went this fast in actual my life. As it was, it took me pretty much a full day to do this, and then the three horizontal pieces that you'll see later. So here I'm cutting the strips, and I'm just making them the same width approximately as the thickness of the board. This makes it easier for layout in the future and keeps everything kind of consistent. So I'm winging this whole thing, and now I'm trying to figure out how to lay this out and kind of an easy way to do this that's repeatable. I realized that 2x4 I've been using a spacing I don't need anymore. So I'm just going to cut it so that the width of those three horizontal pieces with their spacers would be roughly centered. Turns out it's about 2 5/8 that 2x4 needed to be, so I cut it down. And checked it, and looks like everything fits. Now I went the extra step and used Type on 3 on every joint, just because I didn't want to have to deal with a lot of repairs and, sagging strips and whatnot. I also have the install video, so stick around for that if you want to. Skip ahead to it. And I started off initially doing just the tall pieces, realized a little bit of the glue was dripping, so my concern was that the staples that I had would go through the thin slats and the face, and truth be told, they were too long to go straight in, but I found if I held it at a pretty steep angle that there wasn't enough depth to poke through the front. And there I was confirming it. There's one of my helpers down there on the left, and the second one isn't ever far behind. Yeah, I put the 2x6s up when I put the fence up, and with 3 nails toe-nailed into the end, some of them still fell down with some of the heavy storms that we've had. So really this became a necessity, putting these in and making sure that the fence didn't further, degrade. You might have noticed that I skipped one section by the large tree in the back. This is because roots were preventing us from being able to put a post where we planned. And the section ended up being a little longer than 8 feet between the posts. And since I didn't have any cedar 2x6s or 2x4s that were long enough to span the gap, I'll have to make another trip to the lumberyard. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.